You know, the global gig economy is absolutely massive. We're talking over 1 billion freelancers. But if you're one of them, or if you've ever hired one, you know the system is, well, it's kind of broken. There's this hidden cost, a sort of trust tax, that everyone ends up paying. So let's dig in and see what that tax is really costing us.
It all starts with a number that, frankly, should be shocking to anyone who's ever done freelance work. 20%.
Think about that. That's the slice that major platforms can just take right off the top of a freelancer's earnings. It just guts the take-home pay for the person actually doing the work. And at the same time, it inflates the cost for the client. It's the first and most obvious part of this whole trust tax.
But the problem goes so much deeper than just the fees. Let's look at another number, one that really shows you the instability that's just baked into the system we have now. 91%.
Yeah, that is how many freelancers have had to chase down money for work they already did. So when you put it all together, the crazy fees, the constant worry about getting paid, and the risk of a bad hire, you get this systemic trust tax that just poisons the entire gig economy.
So how do you even begin to fix a system where the middleman is the problem? Well, you get rid of the middleman. And that's the whole idea behind the Aladin Protocol. It's a system built on the Cardano blockchain designed specifically to get rid of that trust tax for good.
And I love this. The whole philosophy is right there in the name. The goal is to make every single user the hero of their own story. To see how that really works, let's meet the key players in this new ecosystem.
So first up, you have the Aladin. This is literally anyone with a need. It could be a huge company looking for a software developer, or it could be you needing a plumber to fix a leaky pipe. They're the ones who make the wish, or, post the job.
Next, of course, every Aladin needs a genie. This is your skilled service provider, the expert who's ready to jump in, do the work, and make that wish come true. They're the ones with the talent.
Okay, and this part is absolutely crucial. What happens when things go wrong? That's where the Sultan comes in. But these aren't some employees in a back office. They're high-reputation users from the community itself. They get nominated to settle disputes fairly and transparently. We're talking about decentralized justice here.
All right, so we've met the players, but how does the technology itself actually get rid of that trust tax? Well, it all comes down to fundamentally changing the way work is agreed upon, paid for, and proven. Let's just walk through how a job gets done. It's pretty simple. It starts with a contract setup. The Aladin and Genie agree on everything up front. Then, and this is key, both sides put some collateral into a smart contract. Think of it like a digital handshake or an escrow. It makes sure everyone has skin in the game. Once the Genie finishes the work, boom, the smart contract automatically releases the payment. And here's the brilliant part. Their reputation scores get updated on the blockchain instantly, creating a permanent, verifiable record.
And that brings us to what might be the biggest innovation of all, how reputation works. We're all used to those 5-star ratings, right? They can be faked, they're subjective, and they're trapped on whatever platform you earned them on. Aladin throws that whole system out and replaces it with something called CVC, or Committed Value in Contract. Just think of it as a reputation score that's based on the actual dollar value of the work you've successfully completed. It's real, it's verifiable, and best of all, it's yours. You own it, and you can take it with you anywhere you go. Now, a portable, verifiable reputation system, that's not just some cool feature. It is the key to unlocking a truly global and interconnected world of work. And the scale of this opportunity is, well, it's staggering.
Yeah, that's $2.17 trillion. That's the projected size of the global gig economy by 2034. It's a massive, multi-trillion-dollar market that is being held back by a fundamental lack of trust. And that's the exact problem Aladin is built to solve.
And look, this isn't happening in a vacuum. There are 3 huge global trends all pushing us in this exact direction. First, the remote work explosion means we have to find ways to trust people we've never even met. Second, the rise of digital identity means we need systems like CVC to prove our skills portably. And finally, the API economy means other platforms can just plug right into Aladin and use its trust system. So, who's this for? You might be thinking it's just for tech-savvy crypto freelancers, but no, not at all. The protocol is designed for everyone. We're talking local plumbers and electricians who need that verifiable trust, to massive global companies vetting remote experts. It works for high-trust roles like caregivers, where you absolutely need verifiable credentials, and for creative freelancers who are just tired of getting gouged by fees. It's meant to be a universal trust layer for work.
Okay, so this all sounds great, but how can a new protocol possibly compete with the giants of the gig economy? The answer is that it's not playing their game. It's built on a completely different and structurally better foundation.
I mean, just look at them side by side. The contrast is pretty stark. The old guard, your Upworks and Fivers, they rely on centralized control. That means censorship, biased resolutions, and data silos that trap your reputation. Aladin is the polar opposite. It's decentralized, community-governed, censorship-resistant with totally transparent arbitration and an open design.
And this is where Aladin really finds its sweet spot. Most of the competition is either a centralized giant for general, simple tasks, or they're a decentralized platform that's also focused on those simple gigs. Aladin is different. It's decentralized, and it's specifically designed for those specialized, high-trust jobs that demand a rock-solid reputation system.
This unique position creates this really powerful economic flywheel that's designed to grow the entire ecosystem. Just follow the logic. More jobs on the platform means more fees for the treasury. That treasury then funds bigger rewards for token holders, making the token more valuable. A more valuable platform attracts more users and partners, which makes the whole system more trusted and secure, which, you guessed it, leads right back to more jobs. It's a perfect loop where growth benefits everybody.
You know, the choice to build all this on the Cardano blockchain was very deliberate. It means the fees are low and predictable, which is perfect for any size of job. It's built to scale to a global level with tech like Hydra. It natively supports decentralized identity, which gives you total control over your own data. And with future upgrades like the Midnight sidechain, it'll even allow for confidential contracts when privacy is paramount.
So let's end with this question. That trust tax we talked about at the beginning, it isn't just about fees. It's a barrier. It's a barrier that limits what's possible, it keeps high-value work offline, and it creates insecurity for millions of people. But what if we can remove that barrier? If trust can be programmed directly into the very infrastructure of work itself, what new economies, what new collaborations, and what incredible opportunities does that really unlock for all of us?